I have a thought for you today. The difference between beginner and fundamentals. What is the difference? So for me, a beginner's class starts here. You begin and you keep going through to intermediate and advanced, and you just keep going. A fundamentals class is here. And you continue through intermediate and advanced. So just take a minute to have a think about that. So for me, beginner means you start at the beginning and you continue on to the end. You don't go back. A fundamentals class means you are building foundations so you can continue to build on top of your skill level. There will be a point where your skill level, or you can't go further because you start wobbling. So you come back down to foundations and you improve your foundations and you make it stronger. And so then when you do that, when you come back and you continue to build, you are stronger and your technique is more defined and you are able to achieve movements more comfortably than before. So for example, in FCBD, we don't have beginners classes, we have fundamental classes. And that is because the movements and the principles and concepts that you learn are the base. So that way you can build upon that. So a movement like the swivel step in FCBD, once you have that foundation, that's awesome, because then you can do the swivel step half turn. You can do the swivel step full turn. So if you don't know the basic movement, or if you're not comfortable with that foundational movement, it makes it really hard to continue to use that movement in different ways. And I'm going to take the shimmy as another example, because the shimmy goes over all styles of belly dance. So with our shimmy, we want it to be even and we want it to go to the music. Your shimmy can be fast, it can be slow. As soon as you have that evenness and as soon as it goes with the music and you have the timing right, then you can start overlapping. So you can start doing figure eights with your shimmy. You can start moving with your shimmy. You can start shimmying on the bottom and doing other movements on top. So you can start layering as well. If you don't have that shimmy and you're not comfortable with it, then it's going to be hard to do those other movements where it needs that foundation. So foundations, always come back to them. Even the most experienced dancers come back to foundations. Think about this. When you're in a class and you learn something for the first time, you're learning the movement for the first time, the instructor might give you 5 different points on that movement. You're concentrating, of course. So you might get 2 of those points and you might miss the other 3. When you come back to that movement again, you might go, oh, hold on, I forgot about that part. So then you've learnt another part of that foundation. And again, the next time you come back, you add onto it because you've already been concentrating on these other aspects of the movement until you have that movement. It is there. Once that movement is there, this is when it becomes really special. Because now, when you execute that movement or you come back to a foundations class, you are actually enjoying the movement for what it is. You don't have to worry about learning anything new because you have it. You know, every time you come back to a foundations class, it doesn't mean you're going to be, you know, working totally on that technique for the foundation. There is a point where you're going to get it, and when you do, it will feel amazing, and you can really enjoy the movement and dancing. So think about doing a fundamentals class, and think about whether or not that class is going to be in your style or in another style of dance. When it is in another style of dance, for a figure eight, for example, I might know my figure eight in one style, but when I come over to another style, the technique and feeling could be totally different. So we're starting to learn again, going through the process. So have fun dancing, come back to fundamentals. If you can't find a class live, there are plenty online that you can search for, and enjoy that fundamental movement and fundamental technique of your dance style.